Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about preventing cross-contamination, and today we're focusing on chemical contamination, the possibility of chemical contamination getting into your food. How can this happen? Relatively easily, actually. Chemical contamination happens when food comes in contact with chemicals or factors that are not intended to be ingested. The most common causes of such contamination include cleaning products in the food storage and preparation area, and also pesticide or herbicide residues from unwashed fruits and vegetables. Products like detergents and sanitizers and bleach and other chemicals that you may have in your kitchen are potential contaminants if they come in contact with your food. Those items should always be stored well away from food and food preparation areas. They should be stored in their original labeled containers, and do make a point of never using those types of containers to store food in. Let's say you've got a container of something, OxyClean or something like that. Those are neat little containers. And after you're done with it, you decide to wash it out really well and store something in there. There could potentially be chemical residue left on the inside of that plastic container. It may have leached into the plastic itself to the point where you can't really wash it all off. And then when you put food in there, over time that food could potentially absorb some of that chemical, and that's not a good thing. It could make you sick. So never use chemical containers to store food in any way, shape, or form. Recycle them, please. When you are using chemicals in your kitchen to clean and sanitize, make sure you rinse those chemicals off really, really well, even in your kitchen sink, because sometimes we drop food in the kitchen sink to be washed, maybe a bunch of potatoes or a bunch of carrots or fresh fruit, something like that. We drop it in the sink and we run the water and we scrub them and whatever we're doing. But if there was a chemical residue left in that sink and you put that food in there, there is the possibility that you're still going to have some of that chemical getting into your food, and you don't want to eat bleach or cleanser or all-purpose cleaner or anything like that. That's not intended for you to eat. Another important way to help prevent chemical contamination is when you're preparing fresh fruits and vegetables, especially if you're using conventionally grown fruits and vegetables, chances are they're going to have some residue on them of some chemicals that were used in the growing process, pesticides, herbicides, whatever. They need to be washed really, really well before you cut into them. And this includes hard vegetables and fruits that where you don't even intend to eat the peel, like a cantaloupe or a watermelon or an orange or a grapefruit. Because let's pretend that this is a grapefruit and you want to cut into that grapefruit. Whatever might be on the surface of it, when you cut into it with a knife, that knife can carry inward whatever is lurking on the outside of it. It could be, a bug spray or an herbicide, a pesticide, whatever it is. It could be something dirty from a food handler that didn't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. You don't know what could be on the surface of that fruit or vegetable. So you want to wash that really well before you cut into it. Even if you intend to throw the peel away, important to wash the surface first. If you find that you are reactive to chemical residues that may be on food that you can't wash off really well, for instance, I'm sensitive to conventionally grown apples. The chemicals that are used on them in the growing process just sort of give me a headache almost instantly after I eat a conventionally grown apple. unless I treat them in a particular way. And I did do a video on this, but I'll just give you a brief run through. You prepare a solution of 2 cups of water to 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, but baking soda. Mix that up really well. You mix up enough of it so you can completely submerge your food in there. What I soak in there would be apples and peaches and plums and pears and that sort of thing, but not strawberries. They're a little too tender and I'm afraid they might soak in the solution. So anyway, you make sure that they're submerged. Apples float, so if you need to put a weight on them, a plate, and then something on that plate to help hold them under the water the whole time. Let them soak in that solution for 15 minutes and then rinse them off really, really well, dry them, and then store them any way that you feel is necessary to store them. And they will be clean for when you are ready to eat them. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Take care. I do hope this helps. Bye for now.